crosses the start-finish line at the end of their outlap. The adrenaline is pumping. Joni Geldenhuys is on their outlap, warming up the tires and getting ready to put in a fast lap time. Joni Geldenhuys is looking relatively composed going through turn 3.
There's a spot near here where the teenagers sneak off to make out.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Bradley Taylor is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run. Bradley Taylor is driving through turn 6.
There's not much better than sitting near here and watching the cars speed by.
It looks like Jacobus Besson is getting ready to make their move. They're taking their time to warm up those tires and get everything just right.
It's a delicate balance between taking it easy and pushing hard. Let's see how Jacobus Besson handles it.
Jacobus Besson appears focused and prepared driving through turn 10. You can feel the tension building. Jamie Nichols is out on track and getting ready to push for their qualifying time.
These are the moments that really matter. Let's see if Jamie Nichols can deliver.
As Jamie Nichols completes their outlap, they will be hoping they have given themselves enough space on track to fully attack for their first flying lap. Jamie Nichols is now up -0.21 in turn 3. It's clear that Sean Motter is pushing Thiercar to the very edge of traction on this qualifying lap.
They certainly are. This is shaping up to be a great performance by Sean Mater.
Sean Motter has improved by -0.13 up through turn 5. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Richard Reshka has just completed a lap in 1:25.315. Let's see if they can improve on that time further. Richard Reshka is looking relatively composed going through turn 3. The pressure is on in this qualifying session, but Sean Motter is rising to the occasion.
It's certainly exciting to watch. But let's not forget, the goal is to secure a good
Sean Motter has just completed that lap in 1:24.114. Their best lap so far is 1:24.114, putting them in P1. Sean Motter is driving through turn 3.
Spectators near here can smell the smoke wafting from nearby grills.
Jacobus Besson is on their outlap. Ernest Heather is up -0.21.
Looks like Ernest Heather is really
Ernest Heather will be happy having put themselves into 5th in this qualifying session. Ernest Heather appears focused and prepared driving through turn 3. Jamie Nichols is trying to find that extra performance.
Well, Carol, they'll need to find those extra tenths of a second by pushing just a little bit harder on the braking and carrying more speed through the corners.
The adrenaline is pumping. Peter Geldenhuys is on their out lap, warming up the tires and getting ready to put in a fast lap time.
It's all about finding that balance between staying calm and focused, while also pushing the limits.
Peter Geldenhuys is looking relatively composed going through turn 4. JP Brand is looking for ways to improve their consistency.
Good question, Carol. It's all or nothing now. They need to stay focused, hit their marks, and extract every ounce of performance from that car to move up the grid.
JP Brand is driving through Rainy Curve and is up -0.18.
There's no guarantee that JP Brand can maintain this delta through the rest of the lap.
Sean Motter will be happy having put themselves into first in this qualifying session. Sean Motter is driving through turn 3. Jamie Nichols is trying to find that extra performance. It seems like Jamie Nichols is struggling, currently 0.85 off their best pace. There are just over 5 minutes left in this Bradley Taylor will be happy having put themselves into 4th in this qualifying session. Bradley Taylor appears focused and prepared driving through turn 3. Jamie Nichols is looking for ways to improve their consistency.
They'll need to put together a perfect lap, hitting every apex and pushing the car to the limit without going over it.
Jamie Nichols is looking relatively composed going through turn 5. Ernest Heather is trying to find that extra performance. Ernest Heather is driving through turn 10.
I have always loved this section of the track.
Ernest Heather has some work to do as that 126.586 is only good enough for 7th. JP Brand is looking for ways to improve their consistency.
Well, Carol, they'll need to find those extra tenths of a second by pushing just a little bit harder on the braking and carrying more speed through the corners.
JP Brand appears focused and prepared driving through turn 6. Joni Geldenhuys is trying to find that extra performance.
Every driver needs something different, Carol. Some drivers excel when they push harder, while other drivers benefit more from relaxing and being in a flow state.
Bradley Taylor is looking relatively composed going through Raymond Straight. Bradley Taylor is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 0.33 seconds down.
Bradley Taylor is likely taking a deep breath to try and refocus their efforts.
Ernest Heather is looking for ways to improve their consistency. Ernest Heather has some work to do as that 2:03.119 is only good enough for 7th. Ernest Heather is driving through turn 3.
There's a spot near here where the teenagers sneak off to make out.
It's all about strategy in these early moments. Jacobus Basson is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run and get everything just right. Jacobus Basson appears focused and prepared driving through turn 6. This is where the mental game comes into play. Ernest Heather is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run.
They will want to get a good gap established for their first flying lap.
Ernest Heather is now up minus 0.27 in turn 10.
Ernest Heather needs all the focus and resolve they can muster to maintain this pace.
Bradley Taylor has secured a respectable 4th in the qualifying session. This is a great spot to use as a launchpad for a strong race performance. Bradley Taylor is looking relatively composed going through turn 3. Second, JP Brand has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position. JP Brand is driving through turn 6. A mesmerizing display from Sean Motter in this qualifying session. They have left everyone in awe with their speed and precision. Currently leading the pack, they are setting the standard and sending a clear message to their competitors. Sean Motter will be happy having put themselves into first in this qualifying session.
Every fraction of a second counts. I'm sure they can find a little extra in there.
A solid performance from JP Brand will be happy having put themselves into second in this qualifying session. Impressive display by Richard Reshka, currently sitting in position 3. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position. Richard Reshka appears focused and prepared driving through turn 5. Impressive work from Bradley Taylor, who has claimed 4th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position.
I couldn't agree more, Carol. Bradley Taylor has done a fantastic job to claim 4th. The challenge now is to convert this opportunity into a strong race result.
Bradley Taylor is looking relatively composed going through rainy grid.
Spectators near here can smell the smoke wafting from nearby grills.
Safety car, speed 100 kilometers per hour.
It's a very still day here at Laguna Seca OSRW, as we're getting ready to get things underway. JP Brand has qualified second. Taking the third spot is Richard Reshka. Our fourth place starter, Bradley Taylor, is poised to make a move towards the front.
Bradley Taylor will be taking no prisoners today.
And in fifth place, we have Jamie Nichols.
Another good start for the South African driver.
Sitting in sixth is Joni Geldenhuis. The lights are off. It's pedal to the metal time.
This is where the real racecraft comes into play. The drivers will be looking for any opportunity to make a move and gain an advantage.
It's all about finding those gaps and making the most of them, especially in these early stages of the race.
And with so many talented drivers on the grid, you know we're going to see some incredible overtakes here in the first sector.
It's not just about making a move, it's about doing it cleanly and without causing any incidents. Someone get Sean Motter a strong coffee, as it looks like they have been caught dozing from the get-go. The team won't be pleased with that start, relinquishing places already. I don't know what they had for breakfast, but it seems like Jacobus Basson found the secret sauce for a fantastic start.
I haven't seen a start this impressive since the days of my racing career. If Jacobus Basson can maintain this level of focus, we're in for a thrilling race.
The pressure is on when the field is this tightly packed. Maintaining just enough aggression to hold off their rivals without pushing too hard will help these drivers keep it clean.
With this motley bunch of drivers, there is bound to be drama. I just hope we don't miss it.
Talk about a rough beginning. Sean Motter must feel like they've got the world's heaviest anchor attached to their car, dropping positions at the start.
Well, Carol, they say comedy is all about timing, and Sean Mater's start might be the punchline they didn't want.
It's a steady race for JP Brand so far. They haven't made any mistakes, and they are maintaining their focus.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. JP Brand just needs to bide their time and wait for the right opportunity.
Ernest Heather is holding fourth, but Joni Geldenhuis is right on their tail. Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed. The tension is building as Ernest Heather trails behind Jamie Nichols. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Jamie Nichols is pushing to maintain the lead, while Ernest Heather is working to close in and challenge for the position. It looks like Joni Geldenhuis is pushing hard to catch up to Ernest Heather. That's not a small gap, but Joni Geldenhuis has what it takes to challenge for the position. Tough break for Joni Geldenhuis, who has just lost a position.
That's got to hurt. Joni Geldenhuis will be kicking themselves right now.
It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Bradley Taylor, who is currently in P7. But Joni Geldenhuis is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Bradley Taylor. A great moment for Bradley Taylor, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings.
You can't argue with results like that. Bradley Taylor is really making their mark on this race.
The race is heating up as Joni Geldenhuys in 7th closes in on Bradley Taylor. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight.
It's going to be tough for Joni Geldenhuys, as Bradley Taylor seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Joni Geldenhuys pull off some.
JP Brand will be happy having put themselves into 2nd in this qualifying session. The gap between Sean Motter and Ernest Heather is razor thin as they vie for 4th in this nail-biting contest.
At this rate, Sean Mater and Ernest Heather are so close, they could share a cup of tea and a biscuit.
A brilliant maneuver from Sean Motter, who has just moved up the field.
Impressive. Sean Mater is really showing their skill and determination out there.
Breaking news, folks. Now I may be wrong here, but I'm not sure that's the racing lane. Jamie Nichols is looking for an opportunity to get round Richard Rushka. Bradley Taylor is running fifth. They are trying to catch Ernest Heather. The pressure is on for Jamie Nichols as they try to catch up to Richard Rushka.
Sometimes you have to take risks to win, but pushing the car too hard can be a costly mistake. Jamie Nichols needs to be careful not to overdo it.
This is where the race gets really interesting. Joni Geldenhuys is closing in on Bradley Taylor. This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
This battle between Peter Geldenhuys and Sean Mater is so intense, you could cut the tension with a knife, or should I say, with a front wing.
Every move counts now as Joni Geldenhuys works to reel in Bradley Taylor and overtake for P5.
The gap between them is just over 0.3 seconds. Can Joni Geldenhuys close that gap and get back in range? I can't see it happening at this point.
This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Jamie Nichols will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops.
That's right, Jamie Nichols in third knows they have to push to the limit if they want to catch up. But Richard Rushka is no slouch, and they're going to be pushing just as hard. It's a battle of skill and will out there.
The race is really heating up. Ernest Heather is hunting down JP Brand with everything they've got.
The gap between them is now just over 0.4 seconds.
A setback for Ernest Heather, who has breaking news, folks. Now I may be wrong here, but I'm not sure that's the racing line. The crowd is on the edge of their seats as Bradley Taylor in 4th chases after JP Brand. The delta is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Bradley Taylor needs to find a way to close the gap. It looks like Bradley Taylor is making a move. The gap to JP Brand is now down to 0.5 seconds. It's a battle of wills out there, with Sean Motter trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Joni Geldenhuys. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Situations like these often lead to a dramatic finish.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Joni Geldenhuys is not going to give up the position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Sean Mater in P6 doing everything they can to catch up.
Bradley Taylor has a mountain to climb at the moment to close that gap with JP Brand. I expect their only hope at this point is that JP Brand makes an error.
Every race adds to a driver's experience, both good and bad. It just highlights that Bradley Taylor is going to have to get more serious with practice if they don't want to be outclassed on the circuit.
The delta between JP Brand and third and Jamie Nichols remains over a second, but JP Brand is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap. There's 9 minutes left in this session to make that happen.
This is where experience comes into play. Jamie Nichols has been in this situation before and knows how to defend for position, but JP Brand is hungry for success and won't give up easily.
The pursuit is on. Sean Motter is closing the gap on Joni Geldenhuis, determined to claim P5.
I would not be surprised if they get this pass completed soon.
The tension is building as JP Brand trails behind Jamie Nichols. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Jamie Nichols is pushing to maintain the lead, while JP Brand is working to close in and challenge for the position.
Indeed, the anticipation is high as JP Brand tries to reel in Jamie Nichols. But Jamie Nichols is not making it easy, maintaining a consistent pace. JP Brand needs to find a little extra speed to bring the fight to Jamie Nichols and move up the field.
The adrenaline is pumping as Sean Motter gets within striking distance of Joni Geldenhuis in their race for fifth.
This is what separates the good from the great, the ability to stay focused and perform under pressure.
It seems like Sean Motter is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace. What a move. Sean Motter has moved up to fifth.
Absolutely. Sean Mater is really putting on a clinic out there, and they're making it look easy.
It looks like Bradley Taylor is pushing hard to catch up to JP Brand. That's not a small gap, but Bradley Taylor has what it takes to challenge for the position.
It's moments like these that make motorsports so exciting. We're witnessing a battle of skill and strategy between two great drivers, with Bradley Taylor in fourth determined to catch up. But we know JP Brand isn't just going to hand it to them on a plate. Bradley Taylor is going to have to take it. It should be an interesting battle to watch as long as they can close that gap.
It's a thrilling pursuit as Joni Geldenhuis is right behind Sean Motter, keeping the pressure on for fifth place.
These two are putting on a masterclass in precision driving. Every turn, every acceleration, calculated to perfection.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with JP Brand trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Jamie Nichols. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. It looks like we might get a battle between JP Brand and Jamie Nichols. Huge shout out to the admins at Simspeed Motorsports for making this all possible. Without their hard work and dedication, we wouldn't be able to witness this incredible event.
That's right, Carol, and the excitement is electric. I can feel it in my circuits. I mean, this is the kind of race that people will be talking about in the bar. We're witnessing history in the making.
This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. JP Brand will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops. The crowd is on the edge of their seats as Bradley Taylor in fourth chases after JP Brand. The delta is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Bradley Taylor needs to find a way to close the gap. Looking at the lap times, Bradley Taylor is not currently on pace with JP Brand. Maybe they'll get a chance to see where they can improve.
Hopefully Bradley Taylor can find some of that time they're losing and get it back.
On the final lap now, and Richard Reshka looks like they might just wrap up this win. And it's a checkered flag for Richard Reshka, who crosses the finish line with a commanding victory. What a phenomenal performance, absolutely dominant today.
What a display of skill and precision.
A nail-biting finish, but Jamie Nichols claims second place.
Brilliant. Jamie Nichols showed great skill and determination to take second place.
That was an outstanding performance from JP Brand. They fought hard and took the final spot on the podium.
What a drive, well-deserved spot on the podium with that performance.
Bradley Taylor, Sean Motter, Joni Geldenhuys, and Ernest Heather take 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. With Peter Geldenhuys and Jacobus Besson in 8th and 9th. It's a beautifully calm day here at Laguna Seca OSRW, as we're getting ready to kick things off.
The tension's building now. This is going to be another great race.
Lining up in second is Peter Geldenhuys. Taking off from the third grid slot is the skilled driver, Ernest Heather.
The South African driver will be focused on a good result from here.
Joni Geldenhuys is placed in 4th.
A strong grid position, and they'll be expecting a solid result today.
As the drivers prepare to take off, Sean Motter sits in 5th place on the starting grid. And we're off. As the race begins, drivers must be wary of aggressive moves that can lead to trouble on the first lap.
The drivers will need to be aggressive but also patient. They can't afford to make any mistakes if they want to stay in the running for a podium finish.
It's a delicate balance, Carl, but the best drivers know how to push the limits and make it work to their advantage.
It's never easy to drive that razor's edge between perfection and disaster.
It looks like Peter Geldenhuys was channeling the sloth at the start, losing places as they crawled off the line.
Every race has its ups and downs, and it looks like Peter Geldenhuys is getting the down out of the way early. Let's see how they respond.
Not the best of starts there for Peter Geldenhuys, and that's going to immediately make their race more challenging.
I guess they're trying to prove the old saying it's not how you start, it's how you finish, but that's a risky strategy, Carol.
As the drivers get this race underway, let me give a shout out to the admin team at Simspeed Motorsports for making this all possible. Heroes one and all. It's been a solid race so far for Sean Motter. They're holding their position and keeping a steady pace. Let's talk about tire degradation, Carl. How does it affect the car's handling, and what do drivers need to do to adapt to the changing conditions?
Tire degradation can significantly impact handling, Carol. As the tires wear, the grip reduces, and drivers need to adjust their braking points, cornering speeds, and throttle application to maintain control of the car.
Joni Geldenhuys is placed 4th at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Bradley Taylor, who is 0.3 seconds behind. Bradley Taylor is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a razor's edge between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely, it's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play. The gap is 0.3 seconds now. Bradley Taylor is going to have to work a bit harder to close that gap with Joni Geldenhuys.
A tough moment for Bradley Taylor, who has just lost a place, dumping them down to 6th.
That's got to be frustrating. But Bradley Taylor is a skilled driver, and they have what it takes to battle their way back up the field.
Oh dear, Bradley Taylor has dropped down to 9th. Sean Motter could be looking for a way up the inside of Ernest Heather.
It looks like they have the speed to make a move. I just hope they have the patience to do it cleanly.
This is going to be a nail-biter. Ernest Heather is defending for their life, but Sean Motter is right there doing everything they can to force a mistake. Looks like Sean Motter is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curves aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about maintaining that fine line between speed and control.
Hold that thought. Hold the phone. That won't be ideal for Ernest Heather. Fantastic move from Sean Motter, who has just gained a position. Heartbreak for Sean Motter, as they slip down the field. In racing, anything can, and usually does, happen. happen, especially in such an epic showdown. This is what racing is all about, folks. Three fearless drivers pushing their machines to the absolute limit, inches apart. The battle is on for Jacobus Basson. They're sandwiched between two rivals. Richard Reschke 0.1 seconds away and Sean Motter 0.2 seconds ahead. It's a true test of their racecraft.
You're right on the money, Carol. Jacobus Basson is caught between two determined rivals, and the gaps to the cars ahead and behind add an extra layer of complexity. It's a delicate balance between defense and seeking opportunities.
Talk about pressure. Jacobus Basson is caught in the middle, feeling the heat from both Richard Reschke and Sean Motter.
No doubt about it, Carol. The gaps to the cars ahead and behind are like a constant reminder for Jacobus Basson. They need to maintain their pace to defend their position and potentially make a move.
This one's going to be tough. JP Brand is getting their elbows out, and there may not be enough time left for Richard Reschke to make a move.
JP Brand is doing a great job of defending in the lead, and Richard Reschke is pushing hard to close the gap. It's an exciting race and it's not over yet.
The battle for 6 is heating up as Richard Reschke tries to catch JP Brand in P6. It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. Great driving from JP Brand, who has just gained a place and moved up to 5th. Impressive driving from Richard Reschke, who has managed to extend their lead over Jacobus Basson. They are walking away at this point, and Jacobus Basson will have to wait to fight another day.
Yes, it's clear that Richard Reschke is in control out there. They're making it very difficult for Jacobus Basson to catch up.
Look at that, Jacobus Basson is hot on the tail of Richard Reschke.
You can see that car bouncing.
Hold up, breaking info. I don't think that's the fastest way around Laguna SECA OSRW. Oh, this is getting intense. Sean Motter is just a few car lengths behind Richard Reschke. Hold on to your hats, folks. Bradley Taylor is right on the heels of Sean Motter, and we're in for a wild ride. It's a battle of wills out. Wait, now I may be wrong here, but I'm not sure that's the racing line. It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Bradley Taylor, who is currently in P6. But Sean Motter is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Bradley Taylor. Oh, we've got trouble here. Richard Reschke is coming up fast on Bradley Taylor, but it looks like they're going too fast to make that maneuver. The tension is building as Bradley Taylor trails behind Sean Motter. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Sean Motter is pushing to maintain the lead, while Bradley Taylor is working to close in and challenge for the position.
That's right, Bradley Taylor in 5th knows they have to push to the limit if they want to catch up. But Sean Motter is no slouch, and they're going to be pushing just as hard. It's a battle of skill and will out there.
Things don't seem to be going Richard Reschke's way in this race, as that's a big gap they'll have to close to even be in with a shout for gaining a place here. Bradley Taylor is on a mission, chasing Sean Motter, who's desperately trying to stay ahead. Wait, now I may be wrong here, but I'm not sure that's the racing line. Bradley Taylor is giving it their all as they chase down Sean Motter in P3. Disappointing for Bradley Taylor, they now find themselves in 5th. It looks like JP Brand is pushing hard to catch up to Sean Motter. That's not a small gap, but JP Brand has what it takes to challenge for the position.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Sean Mater is not going to give up the position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with JP Brand in P4 doing everything they can to catch up.
The race is heating up as Bradley Taylor in 5th closes in on JP Brand. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight. Bradley Taylor is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to JP Brand to 0.5 seconds.
That's a great effort from Bradley Taylor. They need to keep up the pressure and see if they can make a move.
This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Sean Motter will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops.
Absolutely, Sean Mater in 3rd will need to be patient and carefully work to reduce that gap without overdriving it, as they can't afford to take unnecessary risks and risk an off or damaging their car. Let's see if they have what it takes to get back into the game here.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Bradley Taylor trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on JP Brand. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. The gap between JP Brand and Bradley Taylor may be wide, but that doesn't mean JP Brand is safe. They have to keep their concentration and avoid any lapses in performance. Impressive stuff from JP Brand, who has managed to pull away from Bradley Taylor, leaving them in choking in their exhaust fumes.
That's a really strong performance from JP Brand. They're not giving Bradley Taylor any chances to catch up.
The gap between Sean Motter and JP Brand is not insurmountable, but it's going to take a mistake from Sean Motter to bring JP Brand into play. Excellent work from Sean Motter, who has managed to increase their lead over JP Brand. They seem to have found their rhythm and they are grooving to it. The crowd is on the edge of their seats as JP Brand in 4th chases after Sean Motter. The delta is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. JP Brand needs to find a way to close the gap.
It's going to be tough for JP Brand, as Sean Mater seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen JP Brand pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
It's like Ernest Heather has saved all their energy for this final stretch. What a win! This is a historic moment for Ernest Heather, who put on a masterclass in driving today. What a display of skill and precision.
What a result for Ernest Heather. They'll be absolutely thrilled with that performance, and rightly so. They really put in the work and it's paid off in spades.
Some might say that second place is the first loser, but Richard Reshka certainly doesn't see it that way. They put in a phenomenal effort and should be proud of their impressive result.
Strong work securing second place. Well done.
What a race from Sean Motter, showing their skill and determination for a great third place finish. Fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh sees JP Brand, Bradley Taylor, Jamie Nichols, and Peter Geldenhuis.